Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome to a new type of video on the channel, and that is a would you rather video where we are going to be going through and looking at some different questions today. Probably about 20 of them we're going to go through, and I'm going to do the would you rather, see what percentage it is, and then kind of give you guys a little 4-on-1 on why I selected that. But also I wanted to point out I'm doing this because I've been doing a lot of games lately, and I thought let's switch it up. Let's try something else on the channel because why not? It might be fun. So the first one we're going to kick off with, assuming how I am going on vacation here very, very soon. That does not mean I'm going to be drinking, but it says, would you rather shotgun a beer or funnel a beer? If you guys don't know what funneling a beer is, it is literally when you have a long tube with a funnel on the top of it that you pour beer into and then you suck it down that. Personally, I would rather shotgun a beer because that's when you poke a hole in the bottom of it. You pretty much can control how much is going at one time by how you tip it, where with the funnel, you don't really get to. So I'm going to go with this one. Apparently, 66% of people agree with me. Okay, so this next one, would I rather be Cinderella or be Ariel? Absolutely 100% be Cinderella because no ocean. No, thank you. Absolutely not. I don't care if I can breathe underwater. There's sharks in there, and that's a no thank you. Apparently, only 38% of people agree with me. All right, so would you rather always be hot or always be cold? I would rather always be cold personally because I'm more used to being cold. And hot tubs are nice. Snuggling up in blankets are nice. When you're hot, you're sticky. You don't want anybody to touch you. You're just kind of like get away. And it doesn't really matter what you do. You can't really get cold or cool off. So I would much rather be cold than I would be hot. And apparently 57% of people agree with me. Over 1 million people agree. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, so would I rather have a giant birthmark covering 78% of my face or have a 2-foot tail? Absolutely have a 2-foot tail. You know what I could do with a 2-foot tail? I could swing from a tree. I could use it to do YouTube videos. I could type comments to you guys while I'm working. It would be so awesome to have a 2-foot tail. I think that would be one of the coolest things to have, personally, would be to have a 2-foot tail. A giant birthmark? I don't mind birthmarks. I have one. My wife has one. Both of my sons have one. And I personally think that they're what makes you unique. But personally, it's just because I would rather have a tail. I mean, having a tail like a monkey tail or a leopard tail or something would be really, really cool. Even like a dragon tail would be really neat. All right, so this one. Fight Hulk Hogan or fight Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So Hulk Hogan is an older wrestler. No means any less, still in it. But personally, I would rather fight Hulk Hogan than The Rock because I don't want to get punched by Thunder Arms himself. So I'm going to go with Hulk Hogan. And also, I have immense respect for The Rock. He does some amazing things, runs an entire football thing, does some really cool charities, is super, super nice to his fans. Also, the movies that he makes are absolutely phenomenal. Recently, I've watched, the Jumanji movies, both of them. Red List, I've watched, I think it's called the Jungle Cruise. All of those recently fantastic movies. Not to be outshined by a lot of his earlier work as well, but really, really good actor, and can't wait to see what else comes from him. So just out of respect, I'll choose him. All right, would I rather be stuck on the moon or stuck at the bottom of the ocean? Absolutely stuck on the moon. Absolutely stuck on the moon. 100% stuck on the moon because absolutely no. F the ocean, no. There's sharks in there and giant squids and things that want to eat your brains, and no thank you. Also, if I just go right in on my mask, I'm dead like that. If I'm stuck there and I literally can't get off, it's done. No more. Game over. You're done. Right? Granted, there's a heck of a lot better of a chance of being rescued at the bottom of the ocean than there is to be on the moon because there's no food on the moon. But you can't really eat inside of a suit anyway if you're stuck on the bottom of the ocean. So I'm still going to go with the moon because no thank you to the ocean. All right. Be Australian or be American? I'm going to go ahead and be patriotic here and say be American. I have nothing against being Australian. And actually, I know a couple Australians who are extraordinarily kind, extraordinarily nice. One of them is actually my moderator, Maggie. Absolutely fantastic person. Wonderful person to sit down and have a conversation with. And, to hear all the different things from what happens in Australia and everything like that. But I'm a natural born American, born and bred in America. Lots of pride for being an American, even with everything that's going on nowadays, but we won't get into all of that. Okay. All right. So, would I rather eat a rancid mixture of rotten egg and old fish, or be bathed naked in vomit? How much of this do I have to eat? I mean, if I bathe, I'll tell you, I have an extraordinarily weak gag reflex. If somebody else throws up, I throw up. If I see throw up, I throw up. If I smell it, I throw up. I have an extraordinarily weak tolerance when it comes to vomit. And I feel like that if I was bathing naked in it, I would just become a vomit pit myself, which would just be a disgusting sight. This is absolutely nasty. But I guess if I had to, oh God, no, I can't even. I'm just gonna click this one and move off. I can't even, because it's literally making me feel like I have to vomit. All right, relive a specific moment or recreate a random moment. I would rather relive a specific moment. If I got to relive a specific moment, I would have to pick two, because they were both the same amount of life altering for me. If I could relive a specific moment, it would be the first time I got to hold one of my kids. Either my oldest or my youngest. Both of those two moments would be absolutely fantastic to relive, and I will cherish that memory forever. Being able to sit there and hold your newborn child for the first time, staring down at them, and feeling this overwhelming, not only sense of protection, but sense of joy, sense of pride, because you created a life with your significant other, and also this overwhelming feeling of love or another being that's stronger than anything you've ever had before is something that happens the first time you stare at one of your children. So if I would absolutely love to relive that moment over and over and over again. Oh, either that or the moment I married my wife. Either of those two would be absolutely fantastic. If I did have to recreate a random moment, I would say I want to recreate the moment where I got the super shout out or the super raid from Markiplier, because that was really, really cool. I think that would be really neat to have that happen again. Not because I want to be like, oh, I want more subscribers, but more because I feel like that it was such an awesome thing to have happen for the charity when it happened, that if I was to do another charity and for that to happen again would be outstanding. And also, to say hi to one of the YouTubers that I look up to, that would be really, really. But I'm going to go with relive a specific moment. Okay, that one got really deep. Okay, take the cinnamon challenge or take the gallon challenge. Both of these are equally as dangerous, but I would do the cinnamon challenge because I've done it before and I've conquered it. Where the gallon challenge, you can get very sick and throw up, and I am not a fan of throwing up. This one you could do some dry heaving pretty good, but I have ways around this one. So it's real spicy and it's real dry, but I have some ways around this one. I'd rather not do the gallon challenge. Cure cancer or be the first contact with alien race. 100%, 110,000% more over anything else. Fastest click I could do, cure cancer. It is literally the worst thing to happen to humanity. I have lost friends. I have lost family members. I have lost role models looking up. We just lost Technoblade to it. There's so... And finding out so many other people are having it. I mean, I just found out that somebody in my family just recently passed away from it. I mean, cancer is the most evil thing on the planet, in my opinion. And if I could snap it away, I would do it in a heartbeat. Even if it meant I never got to meet an alien, I'm completely fine with that. I would much rather cure cancer. Okay, next one. That one was also really deep. Be known for interrupting Taylor Swift or be known for smacking Rihanna. Interrupting Taylor Swift, not Smith. I would never, ever, ever lay a hand on a woman, ever. Ever. That is not okay. These are all really deep. Have triplets or be a triplet. I have a really, really strong connection with my brothers and sister. Like super, super strong. So I feel like being a triplet would be neat, because that would mean we're even stronger. Maybe it would mean that we'd fight more. But at the end of the day, being a triplet would be way cooler than having triplets. Because let me tell you, after having one, having two others at the exact same time, so having three babies at the same time, I couldn't do it. So I'm going to leave it off with be a triplet. This one got a little deep on us. I'm going to do one more of these videos just because this was kind of fun to share a little bit more about myself with this. It was really, really cool to go through and do this. If you guys have any answers to these that are either the same or different than mine, let me know down in the comments. I'd like to know what you guys think about some of these ones, especially the Hulk Hogan and Dwayne Johnson one. Which one would you rather get hit by? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this one. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.